Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to HansaMatrix Investor Conference webinar about financial results and company's activities of 2016. This time we are hosting the webinar from the company's plant in Ogre, where currently HansaMatrix Capital Market Day event is taking place. As always, the CEO of HansaMatrix, Ilmārs Osmanis, will join the webinar to tell you more about the performance of the company. Before I give the floor to Ilmārs Osmanis, I will let you shortly remind about the agenda of the webinar. Firstly, we will have company's presentation, after which will follow the answers and questions session. For the audience here, if you have any questions, please raise your hand during the session. For our listeners, if you have something in mind that you would like to ask to the company, please use the question box on the right side of your screen. All questions will be addressed after the presentation. Ilmār, I invite you to start the presentation.
Hello everybody, welcome to our company webinar. We will be presenting Q4 and 12-month results of 2016 that have been published last week. First of all, I just wanted to inform that we are having a webinar today is part of the Capital Markets Day, where we are having company presentation and also a presentation on Latvian startup ecosystem. Also, all participants of the day just came back from the tour into factory. They've seen one of the most modern plants in Baltic and Nordic countries. So otherwise, we are proceeding with a presentation. Also, for those who are connecting to the broadcast, to the internet cast, we are having also guests sitting here in our auditorium, and questions will be asked also from audience here. So let's proceed. So first we start presentation with fourth quarter results last year. HansaMatrix Q4 sales reached 4.99 million euros. And if you're looking in the graph, you can see a constantly trend upwards. Third quarter, this was a third quarter in a row with the largest sales in company history so far. So last 3 quarters, Q2, Q3, Q4, were kind of topping our sales. 2016 Q4 result was increased by 47% in comparison to 2015 Q4 and increased by 10% comparing to 2016 Q3. Result a little bit surprising because typically last quarter is a season of the Christmas and holidays, and typically business is dropping during that period. Q4 sales by region. All basically results were led by Baltic sales, leader sales with 51% market share. That was followed by Nordic business with 38% of market share and 10% over Eastern EU. And Baltic sales was really the leader here, was up by 104% from last year Q4, not last but 2015 Q4, and 20% up from 2016 Q3. Nordic sales was 8% higher than year before and 8% lower than Q3 2016. The rest of EU sales was 37% up from 2015 Q4 and 58% up from 2016 Q4. The reason for such a surge was because one of customers had a quite large project to be finished, completed by end of year. Q4 sales by market segment. Again, traditionally strong market segments contributed to this excellent sales result. Data network sales dominated the sales by 43% market share. That was followed by the industrial product sales with 31%, leaving other products and Internet of Things with correspondingly 22% and 5% market share. Data networks were up 43% up from 2015 Q4. Other products market share increased 6 times from 2015 Q4. Again, contributor to that was large project that was completed in last quarter. Industrial segment was 11% up from the period, similar period from year 2015. Internet of Things sales decreased 28% from year 2015 Q4 due to large one-off project realized during Q3, Q4 2015. Q4 profitability results. EBITDA result in Q3 was achieved 0.561 million euros, which is 13% down from 2015 Q4 and 23% down from 2016 Q3. Net result was achieved 0.139 million euros, which result is 41% up from year before and 55% down from previous quarter. A Q4 EBITDA margin was achieved 11% and net profit margin 3%. Increased net profits in Q4 caused by two factors: R&D cost tax credit that we applied for, and new assets accelerated depreciation used for taxes. And during last year, we have invested in several new fixed assets. 12-month results of year 2016. 2-month sales results reached 16.94 million euros, which is 20% higher than year before, and that's really largest monthly 12-month sales history in result in company history, exceeding, of course, our own expectations. 12-month sales split by regions. What we can see, we've got strong sales in Nordic. Nordic actually is the largest region by market share with 48%, and second following is Baltic region with 43% market share. So it shows that HansaMatrix is a strongly regional company. The rest of EU is 7% and also keep growing. Increase in Baltic states. Baltic states sales is reported 42% in comparison to a 12-month period from year 2015. Increase in Nordic sales reported 12%, also comparing to year 2015 12-month period. Increase on the rest of EU is much higher than all this is 58%. However, still having small market share. Looking into segmentation of business, again 20-month results again dominates already strong market sectors that we have. 2016 12-month sales by market demonstrates improved diversification. Data network industrial segments with 42% and 36% market shares. Internet of Things products were at 6%, and other products were at 16% market share. Largest growth in period showed the other and industrial product sales with 350% growth from like small base and 42% year-to-year base. Decrease of Internet of Things product sales were 43% year-to-year basis. Also due to large one-off projects carried out in 2015. Increase of other product sales were caused by large one-off project extending during execution during 2016 Q3 and Q4. 2-month profitability results. 2016 12-month EBITDA result was achieved 2.215 million euros, which is 12% lower than year before. Net profit result was achieved 0.587 million euros, which is a reduction of 55% from previous period. 2016 12-month EBITDA margin was 13% and net profit margin 3%. Some comments maybe regarding margins and profitability analysis. During year 2016, companies started new acceleration acceleration development of business, which actually required that we start to bear several business development cost items that can be regarded as one of startup costs or further development costs that were required to start to achieve desired midterm business growth. Actually, some figures that we can indicate here was we opened the Group Business Development Office, and since 1st of January 2016, which actually the kind of overall cost through the year was around in the line of 130,000 euros, which having new sales director and new position of group new technology product manager, and both positions started from 1st of January 2016. Also, we have incurred startup costs in a level of 90,000 euros of Marva precision metal parts production unit, which included building rental costs, personnel costs, process development costs, and quality system qualification costs. And also third kind of cost item that kind of is attributed probably to income in next periods is part of new plant extension rental costs in Ventspils. The part which is not yet been utilized in production also amounted to 90,000 euros. So for the purpose of margin analysis, these listed above costs can be taken in account, and these costs total 300.31 million euros. And those can be regarded at this point. However, in finance accounting, we don't do that. So, update on other activities. During fourth quarter of 2016, HansaMatrix has been continuing his investment projects already started before that. HansaMatrix has invested additional 74,500 euro in company Zinātnes Parks. Over 12-month period, the investment, which has been carried out in form of convertible loan, totaled to 681,600 euros. And HansaMatrix owns 74% shares in Zinātnes Parks. Purpose of investment or investment funds has been used to accomplish purchase and lease agreement Riga Airport, develop commercial project and which needs to be applied for state support, and develop facility technical construction project. During Q4, the company has made 50,000 euros additional investment in company Lightspace Technologies. Total investments over 12 months period amounts to 188,000 euros. Investment has been used for development and commercialization of ultimate world-leading volumetric 3D image display systems with main applications in medicine, scientific visualization, real-time robot controls. After investments, HansaMatrix owns 17.21% shares in Lightspace Technologies. During Q4, the company made purchase of additional 55 shares in EuroLCDs for amount of 1,307,500 euros, and made initial payment 97,000 euros to pay for this purchase. EuroLCDs is active, is developing LCD technology, is developing startup connectivity development and commercialization of ultimate world-leading fast shutter and smart glass applications. Total investments over 12-month period amounts to 137,500 euros. After share purchase, HansaMatrix owns 16.11 shares in EuroLCDs. Events after end of 2016 Q4. On 4th of January, shareholder 2017 shareholder CMA sold 56,000 shares of HansaMatrix shares at price and a bulk deals in a price 6.85 euros a share. Seller was deemed an insider under EU legal acts and local security law and was granted consent under the lockup agreement dated 16th of May 2016 it had entered to. Also, as a result of transaction, free float of a joint stock company HansaMatrix had increased already by 3.07%, and also a transaction was reported by company announcement in a Nasdaq. On 23rd of February, which is last week, Latvian President Ilmārs Osmanis officially opened new surface mount assembling line in HansaMatrix Ventspils plant. This is already 5th assembly line, which will add additional assembly power to the company manufacturing operation. Project overall cost was in line of 1 million euros, out of which 380,000 euros is an investment in new equipment. Existing guidance. Consolidated revenue target, we're still keeping existing guidance. Consolidated revenue target for year 2018 would be to reach and exceed 20 million euro target. Subject to ongoing revenue growth, absolute EBITDA levels are expected to increase over time. During growth period, some of business development costs occur before business growth can be observed, and also some startup time. There is startup time for industrial type of production, and what can be as long as 12 to 18 months on some projects. EBITDA margins may gradually decrease over time due to incorporation of a greater percentage of high-value components or raw materials, which typically carry lower margins. Nevertheless, company expects this to be higher than basic EMS peers due to the incorporation of its knowledge business, proprietary technology, increased automation levels, and selection of customer products. Now it's most interesting part of presentation. All the facts and questions or explanations were given already to results, and here we are also announcing that we are giving shareholder notification of upcoming share auction. Upcoming share auction, shareholder Makarega looking to reduce shareholder loan amount and standing to the company, and cash received from sales will primarily be used to pay shareholder loans. So, and company expected to receive funds will be used in investment projects. And another objective of auction is to increase the free float of company shares to higher level. And shareholder Makarega has indicated share price of euro 6.9 per share. Since the admission of trading, shares of the company have traded in a euro 6.95 to 8.15 range during auto-match continuous trading. This is also slightly above the 6.85 price during the block or negotiated transaction of 6,100 shares sold on January the 4th, 2017. Prior to announcement of the dates of the auction, this proposal is first subject to regulatory permissioning, as it will be deemed to be a public offering of shares available to any investor. More details will be published when additional information is available. Thank you. This completes our initial presentation. You are welcome to submit questions, and we will be doing our best to answer those. So questions are welcome from both audiences.
Thank you, Ilmar. Now we will proceed with the questions sent in and asked here. You will be given the first hand, therefore if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Those who are listening, you can still ask your question in the sections pane in the questions box on your right-hand side. Anyone has a question here? I will repeat it. Could you elaborate your project near Airport Riga, Ilmar?
Yeah. Yes, this is third site of the company location that's we are in process to develop. It's been already communicated in several press releases and also in some announcements earlier. So briefly about the project. Project is to build infrastructure of industrial or science park, which won't be owned by HansaMatrix, but HansaMatrix will be main tenant, and company will be having their what we call fast track manufacturing plant, which will be different from two existing lean or low, I would say, economic cost operation plants, with a difference that this new plant will be run as a fast production unit, which will be making prototypes and new product units. Jointly with this fast track manufacturing plant, there will be facility for R&D teams. Partially HansaMatrix teams will be sitting next to this production. Also, this space or infrastructure will be available also for third parties to come there to enjoy high-tech industrial park, high-tech environment, and also high-tech mentality and availability of manufacturing resources next door to deliver fast deliver products to market. So startups will be welcome, and also established companies with R&D teams. So that's briefly what we look for. This should be regarded as an income source for HansaMatrix for so-called higher knowledge or more knowledge-intensive part of business, and also that will be like accelerator for developing also this integrated manufacturing operation. Yeah, I hope I answered. Thank you.
Anyone else?
You mentioned upcoming share auction. How large approximately is the shareholder loan at the moment?
Yeah. So, yeah, I repeat the question so everyone sees. The audience asks, what is shareholder loan size right now to company? And I can answer it quite quick. Actually, we are talking about a loan which is in level 2.3 million with some accumulated or accrued interest on it. So basically, this is also our anticipated amount of shares, income for sold shares. We are very happy also with the part of it, and so we'll look forward to the event. Yeah, did I answer?
How did the shareholder loan?
Yeah. To explain maybe a little bit for those who are just starting follow company. Shareholder loan did happen not because shareholder lended money from company. This is actually as a result of separating good assets from not so good assets that was during were created in the past. So basically, shareholder bought out not so good assets from company, just left company just before listing, and a company is now and took obligation to compensate for that. So basically, this is kind of goodwill of shareholder to strengthen company. I did answer you. Okay, thank you. Interest of loan. Yeah, was question, what is interest of loan? According to taxation law, we have to calculate some interest for the loan, and it's been calculated, if I'm correct. That will be explained in end of year statement very precisely. If I'm correct, that we are doing average interest from loans company are taking from commercial, from banks basically. We're taking a weighted average interest and applied for this loan as well. And the interest being like capitalized, so basically accrued, will be paid at the point of the payout. Yeah, elaborate. The question is came that growth came from Baltic region, and explain how this is. Yes, we really see business activity growing quite actively in Baltic region. And actually, it comes clearly. It comes from company growth, and we are seeing a lot of startups starting small and growing larger. Historically, our largest customers in Baltics are the startups, and also we are seeing new startups coming with business projects that are happy to produce products here locally. Basically, all those contribute to this fast growth. I think the trend will stay like that also for the future. Yeah, thank you.
It seems that currently we don't have any other questions from the audience here sitting. While you're thinking, we can proceed with the questions sent in. The first question, you have opened another manufacturing line. Is it beneficial to expand manufacturing processes in Latvia, not thinking of manufacturing expansion abroad, where there would be, for instance, cheaper labor force? Ilmārs?
Yeah, I think here we are very clearly stated already that we are, as a company, we are not building manufacturing competence on the fact where is cheapest labor force. Of course, you can go find places in the world, and if that's the only factor to run manufacturing, we are actually doing opposite. We are building manufacturing operation and competence based on existing economic situation. It's here actually. We build it the way that it can always stay local, And actually, why do we do that? We believe that manufacturing competence and knowledge, how to manufacture high-tech products, are essential for startup environment, for new product development. Without knowing how to produce them, it's really very complicated to get to the market quickly. Basically, we believe that we can be very good complements to product invention, so we can the same equally fast and successful can industrialize and bring products to the kind of market. Of course, that doesn't exclude that some products can be moved to some lower cost locations, but we don't regard ourselves as low cost location, despite the fact we are producing at economic cost. We are looking more that we are high quality and operation is sustainable and profitable in given economic region and circumstances.
Thank you. Do we have any new questions here? Yes.
Okay, I'll answer that. Basically, talking about investment, question was regarding investment in 3D display company. Company name is Lightspace Technologies. Already investment in this company, according to already what we presented to going public, as I say, company is turning from being contract manufacturing in past to becoming also product company, not being brand as a product brand, but being company that supports brands and provides supply chain to the brands and invents products and develops products. So rationale is following. We are contributing, supporting company jointly with some few other financial investors. We are providing our all competence, and rationale is synergy. We are accelerating development of the technology to the very fast, to get fast to market. We are providing necessary engineering resources in product development in industrialization, so we can build products, extremely complicated high-tech products, fast. No one startup can do that on its own, and also cannot get that competence into his team from very beginning. So basically, we are kind of incubating that or accelerating the company, and we believe this is a product with very I would say with very high added value to the market, and of course HansaMatrix will be primarily manufacturing location for this product when it hits market. Yeah. Okay. Question from audience is regarding labor inflation, like labor market inflation and material inflations. Do we see them? As I can basically as a manufacturing partner, basically the risks about material cost changes are more to the product owners to consider and to define the final sales price. I think for integrated manufacturing part of business, actually we are transparent to any material inflation. Of course, it takes a little bit time to when this inflation goes through us, but we are part of supply chain. We are adding value, own value. So other part of I don't think that's for us critical. However, we didn't see so far we haven't seen much changes in material or raw material costs. Actually, this sector has been very fiercely competing worldwide. So I would rather say that we can expect even price stable for long period, or even for some items going down and new ones coming replace them with a higher functionality. But the other part, what relates salaries, inflation in Baltic, certainly that's a fact, and salary inflation is in a range, I think officially is around 6-7%. If you're talking high-tech workers like engineers, that is even higher than that. And I can tell that, in fact, if you're doing people with engineering degrees and doing high-tech part of business, actually you have to, there is no anymore any low-cost region here. You have to really count your part of global economy. So we are developing our business that we are compensating these inflations by automation, including increased productivity. That's the kind of way how we look at this. Thank you.
Thank you. Proceeding with the questions sent in. How exactly traditional Christmas holiday period, as stated in the 12-month report, has affected Nordic sales in Q4, quoting, went down by 8% when compared to Q3? Why there isn't such influence in the Baltics? Ilmārs?
Yeah, well, always kind of well-developed countries are also quite well preparing to celebrate or to have holidays at the certain periods of a year, and there are a number of companies which are closing for Christmas period, like for a 1 week or 2 week periods operation. So actually deliveries are typically kind of postponed or stopped for that period. So meaning that this provides that this percent, some drop of those. However, Nordic 8% drop, I would say this is kind of good result in a sense if you are looking to have stable and flat results, because typically it's even more impact on a December month. Baltics, Baltics are always, they are tigers, they are different. They might not be so well feeling. So basically, we have customers that are crazy sometimes in the periods that other are going to holiday, they increase the ordering. That's the fact, in fact. So we have to be very carefully looking forward for those periods, like which is summer holiday period and also Christmas period, for our people holidays. So we have to plan quite well ahead. So can we make the period like many people go in holiday, or we have to keep some schedule working? So basically this time it was very active December, I can tell you. Also, the fact that some of the red dates came to the weekends also helped to achieve good figure, because the working days were more than maybe typical December. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. One of our listeners is interested, what did you do in the US recently? Is HansaMatrix planning to expand geographically, in this case in the US? Ilmārs?
Yeah. Basically visit to US and quite extensive tour into Silicon Valley region was really, it is related to the study of the market over there, and do we have potential cooperation possibilities, do we have customers, and is there a chance or any need or any interest maybe to expand there. However, no practical steps were decided or considered this time. However, interesting fact is that we have starting discussions with one company from Arizona that we could become supplier to them, and in fact appears that our pricing with whole delivery to Arizona is very competitive in US. So we'll see what it comes out. However, the practical reason for going there was that we were jointly with Lightspace Technologies, we were going to Photonics West large event, new technology event in San Francisco. We jointly were exhibiting there with a new 3D display system, and we get very good feedbacks from different professional people. That was main reason for that.
Thank you. Currently we have answered all questions sent in. Perhaps we have another question from here. If not, then I would like to remind that the recording will be available in the company's announcement, as well as in Nasdaq Baltic YouTube channel later on. Have a nice day. Thank you for joining, and thank you, Ilmārs, for presentation.
Thank you everyone who participated today in Capital Markets Day webinar here in person, and also thank you for those who are joining our webcast and also listening to our recording afterwards. Thank you.